Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yo. We are here back again once again. We're in H-Town. About 25, 28 degrees outside. With a wind chill of 4 degrees. They're saying that it's gonna be getting colder and colder. It's actually supposed to be 35. It's supposed to get up to 35 degrees today, but that don't seem like it's panning out right. So, we're experiencing colder temperatures. It's obviously it snowed down here for the last few years. To do the ZZZ Chronicles. Learning more about this thing on and her backstory. I've done really nothing at this event. 012. We're doing this scratch.
It has to be Big Pan.
If that Merc's telling the truth, and he's really that strong, then why is he so scared of combat? Huh. This doesn't add up. Guess I'll have to ask him myself.
Yeah. There's blood in the air. Signs of a fight. Get behind me!
This power probably going to use it because back on the looking for it. It's hard to lose the power rush inside. Along passing slow, can I?
Xiaoguang, you okay?
Sorry, but I don't know why, but as I approach this area, my head is feeling unusual. Big Pond's footprints are on the ground. Looks like he's been through here before.
He was quick to escape the battlefield, but he still stopped here? Can you see anything from this area?
Looks like we can't see much other than the clouds of ash. Though, it seems like there are quite a lot of crows gathering nearby.
They're probably drawn here by the smell of blood. Looks like the fighting between the looters and mercenaries is worse than we thought.
Does the stench of death and slaughter attract the crows? I think I'm starting to understand Big Pond a little better now.
Huh? Just from seeing all of this?
Yes. Since we both saw the same scenery, maybe it stirred up the same feelings in our hearts, too. Sometimes, I fear the power I wield. The power of the Qingming sword. It's so powerful. When I hold it, I can tell that a single swing might easily wipe out many people or things. I can also feel that these crows are drawn by bloodshed and might be gathering because of me. Maybe that's what Big Pond was afraid of too. In the aftermath of wielding his blade and facing the lifeless bodies of his foes, maybe he could feel himself gradually slipping away, becoming an unrecognizable monster. Sorry, I was getting carried away there. I just felt that he shouldn't be too hard to understand, since he's a fellow swordmaster.
Maybe you have a point. I can tell that he doesn't like fighting, and deeply values his companions. Having to wield the very power he fears to protect people. It's no wonder he's so conflicted. Hearing you talk about the insecurities you faced on your path to becoming a swordmaster, I feel like I'm slowly starting to understand your world.
Thanks for listening to my random mumbling. Let's keep going. If we can find him, I want to tell him everything I've realized just now. I hope...
Not bad.
Heads up! High-risk ethereals ahead. Stay sharp, Xiaoguang. Wait, something's off about these ethereals. What's going on here?
The leader myself to stand up after clouds come back and I'll be back. And that is the 7 total period. The rider and now that everything else coming straight for us. I'm gonna keep fighting. And then who you are, but please make it. The bridge here. Fucking fast it today. Let me just get this painting my top priority. You find time for everything. What the hell? What can we even do anyway? We need to help the people. You ain't helping nobody. Just being in the way.
Try breaking through using a technique. Now we can move forward. Another obstacle. Alright, let's keep going. Big Pan should be close by. Oh, the blade knows my heart. I finally found you. Big Pond, your companions need you right now. We'll help you in battle. Let's go and support them.
No, I can't help you. When the looters came, I tried to wield my sword, but I immediately realized I was so scared that I couldn't even swing it. I'll only end up being more trouble for everyone. What use is someone with trembling hands on the battlefield?
So you don't want to save your friends? You just want to hide here forever and let them die alone?
Well,
Big Pawn, I understand what you're going through. You're afraid of getting hurt, afraid of the enemy's attacks, but what you're actually most afraid of is your own strength. You haven't learned how to properly control your strength yet. Every time you do something, you deal devastating damage to others. That's why you're afraid that you'll eventually turn into a thrall or a monster if you keep using this power. That is what's bothering you deep down inside, right?
yes, that's right. When I first trained my swordsmanship, I never imagined that my sword could cut down an enemy so easily, taking a life. Every time I fight, I'd always end up leaving a trail of bloodshed in my wake. I began to fear the sword in my hands, and I was also scared of the exhilaration I began to feel when fighting. I had a feeling that the sword would eventually turn me into a monster that only knows fighting. You two are right. I can't just leave my friends. But please, tell me, how can I get rid of this fear? I want the courage to keep fighting.
There's no need to get rid of this fear. You only need to keep this feeling in your heart and continue fighting.
Huh? But doesn't that...
Even though you're afraid of your own strength, you still want to use it to protect your friends. The fact that you're thinking that way proves that you already have courage. Even if your fear persists after you draw your sword, it's a reminder of how you must coexist with your own strength. You cannot let a desire for destruction take over. And I think that's something that many a swordmaster fail to do. There's nothing shameful about fearing battle. Rather, it's the proof that you've become a powerful swordmaster. Let your fear guide you to your future. I've experienced the same worries. Trust me.
So you mean fear is part of being a swordmaster?
By the way, those looters you were fighting didn't take proper anti-corruption measures and have already been corrupted into ethereals. Would you feel better fighting ethereals rather than people?
Huh? Why didn't you say so? Then let's go help my friends.
Finally got him to move. It's not easy to convince someone with nothing but words. Luckily, we're dealing with ethereals instead of humans this time.
Xiaoguang, I have a question. Why did you insist on dragging him back to the battlefield? What does he have to do with that ethereal that doesn't move?
When I saw Avara standing there, I suddenly remembered what Dad told my brother and me when we were little. A story of ancient swordmasters who were heroes. In the early days of Eridu, many mercenary brigades were deployed to explore new territory and eliminate roaming looters. Their work contributed greatly to the city's establishment. Once, a mercenary brigade clashed with a band of looters, and one of the looters unexpectedly turned into a large ethereal, putting the mercenaries in a tough situation. At this critical moment, a new mercenary recruit stood up and drew his sword to fight. He defeated the ethereal on his own, and captured the remaining looters, achieving a great victory. After that, the sword-wielding mercenary grew braver and braver, and went on to become a renowned swordmaster in Eridu. And that's the story of none other than Big Pon of the Melt Iron Mercenaries, the one who beheaded Avaris and instantly became famous.
The early days of Eridu? That's a long time ago. You're saying Big Pan is actually someone from ancient history? How could that be? And what's happening now? It's just like in the story.
We might have to wait until we return to the temple and ask Shifu to fully understand the truth. After thinking back on that story, I've realized that we have to guide the situation now to the same outcome as in the story. Anyway, let's help him defeat that Avaris now. If I'm not mistaken, that should be our next target. Come on, let's face that big bad...
Honestly, I'm shaking like a leaf. But this time, I'm not backing down. My fear points where my blade should strike, and my sword follows where my heart leads. I, Big Pan, the Melt Iron Merc, am a swordsman born to protect my comrades.
Taking risks in the face.
Twisted into ethereals. Forgive me for what I have to do.
Get behind me!
You can leave the fighting to me. Execute judgment!
A measure of steel slices the world through!
Radiant cloud!
Split the heavens! The Qingming's might rends the heavens!
Go ahead, I didn't feel sadness. It has one people sorry to break so soon, but I gotta take care of some things. Plus I'm a little sleepy. I'm gonna take my afternoon nap, wake up, and finish it off. Have a good one. Keep in mind, like I have
A little bird